The Cursed Tomb of Timur, Unveiling the Ancient Curse that Changed History. In the heart of Central Asia, nestled in the ancient city of Samarkand, lies the majestic and mysterious tomb of Timur, also known as Tamerlane. Timur was a 14th century Turco-Mongol conqueror who founded the Timurid Empire and became one of history's most formidable military leaders. His conquests stretched from Persia to India, leaving a legacy of architectural wonders and a trail of destruction. But beyond his empire's physical remnants, Timur's tomb holds a chilling legend that continues to captivate and terrify. The story begins in 1941, when a team of Soviet archaeologists led by Mikhail Gerasimov embarked on a historic expedition to open Timur's tomb. Gerasimov was a renowned anthropologist and archaeologist known for his groundbreaking work in reconstructing faces from skeletal remains. His team aimed to study the remains of Timur to gain insights into his life and era. However, this scientific endeavor would soon become entangled with a tale of ancient curses and wartime horrors. Timur's mausoleum, the Gur-e-Amir, is an architectural masterpiece. It features an exquisite blue dome and intricate tile work, reflecting the grandeur of the Timurid era. As the archaeologists prepared to breach the tomb, they were aware of the legend that had long surrounded it. According to local law, an inscription on the tomb warned that whoever disturbed Timur's resting place would unleash a terror more terrible than Timur himself. The curse was believed to protect the conqueror's final resting place from desecration. Despite the ominous warning, the archaeologists proceeded with their mission. On June 20, 1941, they opened the tomb, unveiling Timur's remains. Gerasimov's team meticulously documented the findings, uncovering the skeleton of the conqueror and analyzing the artifacts buried with him. The scientists were fascinated by the historical and cultural significance of their discovery, but a sense of unease lingered. 2 days later, on June 22, 1941, Nazi Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest military invasion in history against the Soviet Union. The timing was eerily coincidental, and rumors of the curse quickly spread. As the Wehrmacht advanced deep into Soviet territory, many began to believe that the curse of Timur's tomb had indeed been unleashed. The destruction wrought by the invasion seemed to echo the conquests of Timur, and the legend took on a life of its own. The initial phase of Operation Barbarossa was devastating for the Soviet Union. The German forces, led by Adolf Hitler, quickly overran vast swathes of territory, capturing millions of Soviet soldiers and civilians. Cities were laid to waste, and the Soviet military struggled to mount an effective defense. The horrors of the invasion were broadcast worldwide, amplifying the eerie connection between the opening of Timur's tomb and the outbreak of war. As the war raged on, Gerasimov and his team continued their work, now shadowed by the spectre of the curse. They faced skepticism and criticism, with some accusing them of bringing misfortune upon the nation. The archaeologists, however, remained focused on their scientific pursuits, aiming to unravel the mysteries of Timur's life and legacy. One of the most intriguing findings from the excavation was the condition of Timur's skeleton. Analysis revealed that Timur had suffered from various physical ailments, including a pronounced limp, which historical records had mentioned. This discovery lent credence to the historical accounts of Timur's life and provided valuable insights into the health and lifestyle of one of history's most notorious conquerors. Despite the turmoil surrounding the tomb, Gerasimov's team achieved significant breakthroughs in the field of archaeology. They used advanced techniques to reconstruct Timur's facial features, bringing to life the visage of the man who had once terrorized much of the known world. The reconstruction showed a fierce and determined face, reflecting the indomitable spirit that had driven Timur to his legendary conquests. As the war progressed, the tide began to turn in favor of the Soviet Union. The brutal winter of 1941-1942 and the tenacity of the Soviet resistance slowed the German advance. By 1943, the Red Army began to regain lost territory, eventually pushing the invaders back. the shift in the war's momentum seemed to quell the fears surrounding the curse, but the legend endured. In 1942, amid the chaos of war, the Soviet authorities made a dramatic decision. Believing that reinterring Timur's remains might lift the curse, they returned his body to the Gur-e-Amir. The ceremony was conducted with great reverence, and Timur's remains were once again sealed within the tomb. Shortly thereafter, the Soviet Union achieved significant victories against the Germans, culminating in the Battle of Stalingrad, one of the bloodiest and most decisive battles in history. The reburial of Timur's remains and the subsequent Soviet victories reinforced the legend of the curse. Many saw it as evidence that the curse had been real and that Timur's spirit had been appeased. The story of the cursed tomb of Timur became an enduring part of wartime folklore, blending history with supernatural intrigue. In the years following World War II, the story of Timur's tomb and its curse continued to captivate the imagination. The Gur-e-Amir remains a significant historical and cultural site, attracting scholars, tourists, and those intrigued by its eerie legend. The tale of Timur's curse has been retold in books, documentaries, and popular media, each adding layers to the mystique of the ancient conqueror and his final resting place. The legend of Timur's curse also raises intriguing questions about the interplay between history, superstition, and coincidence.